friends recently commenting on people's TikTok channels. It's pretty interesting the stuff people talk about on there, and like they'll talk about anything, and it's like you listen to them talk for like 30 seconds or even like 5 minutes or whatever it is, and then like you just leave a comment, and that's all it is. You just listen to them talk for like 30 seconds or 5 minutes, and you leave a comment. And a lot of times the girls on there are having some sort of problem or issue or whatever, and the guys on there are usually selling something. They're usually selling music, or they're selling like I know like commercial loan officers selling. They're not like outright selling loans, but they're trying to talk about like the advantages of getting a loan through them or whatever, and they're just saying what they can do as far as selling, giving someone a loan to buy a house. Not really a commercial loan officer. I mean a residential loan officer. So like they'll just talk about the advantages of buying a house through them or whatever. I it's so interesting. Like I go on there because I just want to talk to people, and I leave a comment, and say something really short, and like I say, oh, that's really interesting, or it's really like the same response I give every time, like, oh, that's cool or whatever. Or like if someone's going through a hardship, I just try to give them empathy or whatever. If someone's going through a hardship, I just give them empathy. I think the whole thing's really cool. The problem is like you have to go through like um you have to keep using the swipe thing to like make it go like they'll give you a bunch of junk that you don't want to watch. Like the whole app is like junk. It's like the whole app is junk you don't want to watch, and swiping through the junk to get to the stuff you do want to watch. And it's funny because when you get to something you do want to watch, it's like, huh, I really did want to watch that, and I had to swipe through a lot of crap, absolute crap, to get to that good stuff. But like I you have to swipe through so much junk, and it's just like I mean it's amazing how much junk you have to swipe through. And what I like to do is I like to swipe through the bigger, more successful videos. I like to get to the small videos. I like to get to the videos that don't have many likes, right? It's just like that song by whatever that guy from like 2018. I like the girls with not that many likes. So like I go to the channels with not that many likes because that means they're kind of like they're more accessible, and they actually like the creator actually views the comments and leaves replies to the comments and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's really cool because like um I don't know, and it's funny like Palm Beach. I don't know, is Palm Beach the only county in the country or the world trying to ban all social media? I live pretty close to Palm Beach. I'm not going to give away my exact location, but like I heard Palm Beach is trying to ban social media. I mean, all of social media, like Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, what are the Snapchat, I don't even know what they all are. There's like so many different ones, but there's some of the biggest ones. But like Palm Beach is like is talking about banning social media. That just blows my mind. They're just banned social. I think isn't YouTube social media? So imagine they banned YouTube. Like what the heck? Ban YouTube, and I'm just like ban YouTube. Like, do you know how much information I get on YouTube on a daily basis? Or like, this is like sounds like Palm Beach wants to like ban the internet or something. Like, how much information, education I get on these platforms, and and Palm Beach is talking about like banning social media. Like that's insane. And banning YouTube. I wouldn't learn anything from anywhere else if they banned YouTube, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. But the the, the thing with that is it's reckless, and they don't understand the value of it. And like and like and Elon Musk was making a joke about that last night on Twitter. He was saying like um he was saying when he was 12 years old, he used to go on the internet and say if something was for 18-year-olds or over, then he used to check the box to say he was born in the year 1348. Elon Musk would say he was born in the year 1348 if he had to be 18 years older to use the website. So it's just it it's a good meme he posted on there, but like I I just I just don't understand what's going through the mind of the people in Palm Beach. Um, why would you ban this? Ban this like interaction with people? It's almost like people trying to ban the telephone. I think these people sound like the people that want to ban the telephone. Like they don't want any communication between people. They don't want any texting. They don't want any phone calls. They don't want any like I think it sounds like the people that want to ban the telephone. And you know, believe it or not, in the year 1900, there were people trying to ban the telephone. There were people saying that the telephone was going to be the end of the world, and the telephone was going to be the end of society as we know it, and people weren't going to go to balls anymore, and people weren't going to go into parlors anymore of each other's houses and have normal conversations and dancing and all that stuff because people were just going to do everything over the telephone. But how did that turn out? People got used to the telephone and it turned into normal life. It's the same thing with social media. It's social media is just like the telephone, and you can't just ban it. And so I was having some fun last weekend, going through TikTok and just listening to people talk and leaving messages, and it actually helps my YouTube channel when I leave messages to people to leave messages to people uh, when I listen to what they say on TikTok and I leave a message, it helps my YouTube channel because they click on my they click on my TikTok account and they see my YouTube channel and they go to my YouTube channel. That's one way to grow my YouTube channel is by just talking to people on TikTok. There's so many ways to grow. Um, there's so many ways to grow social media popularity. I think there's been studies that show that social media from like 2017 and onwards has increased people's depression. In, sorry, I have a sore throat and I have a cough. Increased people's depression since like 2017. I think more what it is it's increased people's feeling of inadequacy because they compare themselves more to other people. I think that there is a growing sense of inadequacy among people because, which is true. I think people feel inadequate when they compare themselves to other people. And now, more than ever, you look on TikTok, you look on Facebook, you look on Twitter, and it's so easy to compare yourself to people and say, I am not as good as this. I'm not as good as this person. I'm not as good as that person. Let me get some water. I know, I'm not going to get water. And you think about it and you say, um, yeah, you're not as good as that person, not as good as that person, but you could still, uh, I like coughing. Lose my train of thought. Yeah, anyways, it's just comparison. It's just comparison when when you think you're. Wait, I gotta blow my nose. It's just like people compare themselves to other people on social media, and I don't think it's actual social media that depresses people. I think it's just the fact that never before in human history has your self-worth been so clearly on show, on display to everyone else. So in that sense, it is the social media making people depressed. But it is also the case there is more opportunity now than there has been in human history. Might go drink a glass of water and come back. Yeah, I'm back. Um, so I was saying that uh, depression is actually increasing 2015, and it is because of social media. However, it is true that depression is increasing. It does not mean social media is bad, though. There is more opportunity now in social media than there ever, and there's more opportunity in the world because of social media than there ever has been. And the problem is, you go through your day and you think about, okay, there's a massive amount of opportunity. There's a massive amount of things you can do to expand your personal brand, expand your grow your products, um, and you almost feel bad because, like, especially for people like me don't have a lot of skills, right? I'm not like I don't have a lot going on in my life. Uh, so like I have to like try to create these YouTube videos or these TikTok comments. I do these TikTok selfies and it's just like me like, oh yeah, like this or whatever. You know, it's useless. It's all useless stuff. And I'm like I feel like I'm a model on TikTok, but YouTube I do this other stuff. Um, I think that there is so much opportunity that it is making people depressed. I've heard Gary Vee talk about this. There's so much opportunity going on right now, it's making people seriously depressed. It has never been easier to be a professional musician. Think about just one of 1,000 different jobs that I'm talking about. To be a professional musician, it has never been easier to be a professional musician as right now. As right now. You can put out music and you can promote it right now, and it is. I mean, the opportunity has never more been there. The opportunity has never been more available. I think there's. I'm of the belief that there's more people making money in music right now than there's ever been before. More people making money in music now than ever before. The music industry is bigger now than it's ever been. So as the music industry as like a what is it a $50 billion industry. The music industry is like $50 billion industry, and it's a bigger industry now than it's ever been. It's bigger than it was during the '90s with before Napster, and when Celine Dion and Whitney Houston ruled the charts, and Oasis and Nirvana. It's bigger than 2005 when Green Day and 50 Cent ruled the charts, and it's bigger than it was even in 2015 when earlier on when Taylor Swift ruled the charts, Lady Gaga and all them ruled the charts. Um, Music is a growing industry. Let me lie back down. See if I can stop the coughing. So the thing is, um, what was I gonna say? Social media is not bad, but it's just, uh, yeah, okay. I always get nervous when somebody starts watching, and then it's just, I always want to, I always want to, say something more, interesting when somebody starts walking. When somebody starts walking, I watch. I know they don't want to hear long periods of silence, and I get more nervous. I try to come up with something witty when someone starts watching. So sometimes I don't like when see somebody start watching before I have a train of thought. But anyways, um, yeah. So I kind of get excited, when I leave comments on TikTok or whatever, because it's just like it used to be back in the year 1900. It used to be the telephone. Everyone used to talk on the telephone. That's not the way it's done anymore. And you can't put the genie back in the bottle. You can't be like, oh, I want to talk on the telephone now. No, nobody wants to talk on the telephone. Nobody in their right mind wants to talk on the telephone. It's texting is so much better. And there's platforms where texting is easier than other platforms. Like TikTok, you can do the text comments is an easier way to do texting than you can if you just talk to somebody. You can talk to somebody you met on Facebook, or you met when you were growing up or whatever. But you can but you can also talk to somebody brand new. You can talk to somebody brand new, or you can talk to somebody you've known since you were 10 years old. There's no rules with that stuff, so you can talk to whoever you want, and so that's always nice. So uh, yeah, I mean, there's never, there's always an endless amount of new friends you can make. Um, and okay, so I should end it here. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, I guess I was saying what I wanted to say today. Um, but yeah, there's something. There's something I wanted to get to. Maybe I won't look at the screen, so I won't know if somebody's watching me or not. Um, there's something I wanted to say about this. It just feels really nice having people to talk to, and I gotta say, people that are depressed in today's world, that's just because it's competitive. It's competitive to get anywhere. I think the competitiveness of the capitalism has made people depressed, but I think it's so rewarding, like when you get to talk to that right person, or or have conversations with that person and just like I have someone really understand you and someone leave comments and say and understand exactly what you're saying and you leave comments and say like this is uh you know your music is really good and they promote their Spotify after you say that and they want you to follow them on Spotify and of course you're not going to follow them on Spotify but the idea that they would that you could do that is pretty cool and like you could listen to people promote their products. I think we're all failures. I think all of us are failures in putting this content out there. It's not, none of this is working. We're all putting out stupid content and it's all of it's going nowhere and it's not the idea that it's going somewhere. It's a lot of it's like AI, a lot of it's like transhumanism. So the idea that we're gathering artificial intelligence as a group of humans. We're gathering artificial intelligence to we're collecting it and sharing it with each other in order to in order to in order to figure out ways for the human to live a longer lifespan and to figure out ways that the world can be better. We're trying to solve these problems collectively as a people. And the way you solve problems is through communication. And TikTok is about communication. And which is the telephone was before that. It is easier to communicate on YouTube or TikTok than it was to communicate it is to communicate on telephone. And every couple of years, it's more stuff gets in my teeth. You know. Uh huh. Should have brushed my teeth after dinner instead of letting that sit there. Every couple of years, every couple of years, there's this new technology that emerges. I remember I was a little kid when the internet emerged, and I was born in the year 1990. I was like the year the internet started. Um, so I remember when we were first getting obsessed with emails, and oh my God, you can email someone and have an email address and have all this stuff on like AOL and stuff and Yahoo and all these basic email sites and stuff. I remember when email was and instant messaging was the thing that blew people away. And now it's like the idea of having deeper connections. And you can find these deeper connections. I think I'm gonna brush my teeth. Actually, I'll be right back. Yeah, this life is really difficult, and there's nothing you can do to make it not difficult. It just all we have is each other and like sharing experiences and like learning from each other. So like I enjoy having to swipe through a bunch of big time viral videos on TikTok to get to that the ones where you start to get one like instead of the ones that get a million likes, because the ones that get one like, those people really need someone, really desire like real comments and really want someone to talk to. So you can get to those people if you swipe up, if you swipe through enough of people that that if you swipe away the viral stuff, you can get to the the ones, the small channels. Um, I kind of think TikTok wants everybody to see the viral stuff, and they want you to put a little more effort, a little more work into getting to the ones that are more your style. But I'm not even going on TikTok today. I'm not doing it today because I just don't feel like it. I was recording this 30-minute YouTube video or whatever. Um, um, yeah, I was just doing a vlog here. So what was? Yeah, I'm surprised that Palm Beach is trying to ban social media. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, but I think things will work out. I think we'll get through this together, and we'll figure out ways to get through this. But I think the problem that I have, and I'm starting to realize, is I'm probably not going to be a big time successful YouTuber or TikToker. And that's where people's depression comes in. And people feel like they're doing something wrong because they uh, they think to themselves, "Oh, I'm not that successful yet," or whatever. But really, and that's where people are getting more and more depression than they used to have. But it's debatable if people are more depressed than they used to be. That's a debated statistic. You could use different ways of phrasing that question to get different answers. Um, yeah, it's just really interesting to scroll through TikTok because like that commercial loan officer, like I mean that residential loan officer, like he was telling me, you know, what he's doing as a career, and it's just really fascinating. You know, I can't recommend enough to spend your free time to doing that because it boosts your YouTube channel and it boosts your TikTok account. The more you comment, because yeah, so it's a good deal. I think I'm gonna log off, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.